Hi, welcome to Maree P. I've just baked this delicious Scandi style, I'm calling it my Swedish style Bundt cake or ring cake. I've made it with spelt flour. Traditionally it's made with sour cream and I've made it with Greek yogurt. Look at that, it's got a crunchy outside edge and it's moist in the middle. I've added cardamom and cinnamon. It's a really simple cake that you can add berries to the top when you're serving it. I've dusted it with icing sugar. So if you'd like to see how to make this Swedish style Bundt cake with spelt flour, come with me and let's see. And if spelt flour is not your thing, you can swap it out for regular flour or you can add some whole grain flour. This kind of cake is really versatile. You can add your own little twist to it. So step one for our Swedish cake today, we're going to preheat the oven at 160 with a fan or 180 without a fan. So I've already turned it on and you need to put your rack to the lower third in the oven. We're going to cream some butter and sugar together. Now this recipe was inspired by a Nordic or Scandi recipe and I've tweaked it a little bit to be Maree P style. So I've got unsalted butter and that is 250 grams that I've chopped and it's been at room temperature for about 20 minutes. Now recently a Swedish friend said that she always uses salted butter and she bakes a lot. So I don't know what the rule is here in Sweden between unsalted and salted, but I have unsalted today. 250 grams, 1 cup or 2 sticks, and I've got 220 grams or 1 cup of just regular white sugar. You can use caster sugar if you can get that. And I reduced the sugar slightly from the original recipe, just by about 10%. I'm going to cream these together in my stand mixer. Creaming means so they're light and fluffy for about 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm going to prepare my Bundt tin or ring tin while we're doing that. So I'm going to do it in this shape today. This isn't a Nordic ware one, this is a cheaper one that I got given as a gift. I'm just brushing it with my pastry brush and I've got soft butter here. So I'm going to generously do this and then sprinkle it with flour. So you need to get into every little nook and cranny, because if you don't, your cake will get stuck. Just going to increase that speed. So if you can see that, it's got a nice generous coating of butter. In here I've got rice flour, so I'm just going to sprinkle that over. I can see some parts that I've missed, so I'm just going to go back over with some extra butter. That's all dusted now. Pop that to one side. Let's check out what this mixture's doing. That looks pretty good. I have 2 large eggs that I've already cracked. I'm going to add one at a time and mix it around for about 20 to 30 seconds. Now throw the other egg in. I can just leave it running because it's on low. The next step, I need to sift my flour. So I'm just going to do it before I pop it in there. So I've got 400 grams of white spelt flour. You could also do whole grain spelt flour, a mixture of half and half, or your choice of flour. I haven't tried a gluten-free version yet. And that's 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Also I'm going to add in, I won't sift it, 2 teaspoons, I've got black cardamom and a teaspoon of cinnamon. For flavours you could also add in zest of lemon or orange or your own spices. You could do like a pumpkin spice mix or a Christmas spice. Now I'm going to add in just a little bit at a time. And the original recipe said sour cream, but I'm doing Greek yogurt. This is 300 mils, which is 1 cup and 3/4. I'm going to add just a few quarter cups of that at a time. We'll give it a few quick bursts. This is for about 20 to 30 seconds as well. And I stop it when it looks like it's combined. Because the secret to this style of cake, which is like a pound cake, is to not overmix. Okay, now we're going to go and put in the rest of the flour and the rest of the yogurt or your sour cream. I'm going to do 2 quick bursts, a little bit faster, of about 30 seconds. Actually, I do it slow to get the flour incorporated. And then bump it up. I'll do one last scrape. And if you notice, this style of cake is quite thick. So when you're making a Bundt cake, it's better to have a thicker batter than a really loose one. And that should be enough. I'm going to bake this for 55 to 60 minutes in the lower shelf at 160 fan. And after 35 minutes, if this looks like it's getting too brown, I'm going to cover it with foil. My cake's finished baking, and I did cover it with foil after about 40 minutes. It started cracking on top, and I thought maybe it would be better if I did that. Let me check it. I brought it out with about a minute to go. I just want to check it's cooked on the inside. My cake comes out clean. There's my timer. I'm going to let it sit for 10 minutes before I try and flip it out, and fingers crossed the Bundt cake comes out smooth and perfect. I'm going to try and flip this over and hope it comes out. Oh, I think I heard it. Voila! Look at that, perfect. So the best way to enjoy this cake is wait till it completely cools down and we sprinkle it with icing sugar and then we serve it. My cake is almost cool. I thought I'd start cutting into it anyway, so I'm going to sprinkle it with icing sugar. I have just a little piece. Check that out. It's like a moist sponge cake, butter cake. I'm going to throw some, they were raspberries that I had frozen that I've just defrosted, and I'll taste it. It's quite a moist cake, kind of buttery but a little bit dense because of the yogurt. Delicious with the raspberries, crunchy outside, not too sweet. So that's my Scandi style ring cake or Bundt cake. So if you're looking for a celebration cake, try this cake and add your own little twist to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hej då!